Hey, bro. So a couple of things to talk about today. So first things first is your proposition about changing the format of these videos. I can't tell you what to do. You know, I know that it seems unfair because you're the one getting all the punishments at the moment. You're also the only one with a job or any other kind of commitments. The only thing I have commitments to do is this at the moment. When I start school, if I meet someone, if I do anything like that, it'll probably end up being a thing where I get punished too. And yes, it is a good way for us to keep in touch. But again, if there's no stakes, if there's no stakes to it, it's kind of takes the fun out of the game. I don't know what you meant about the people who did it before, the Vlog Brothers not having punishments, because they definitely did if they went over 5 minutes, if they posted late, all these things. They did talk about exceptions. For instance, when John Green went and had a kid or ended up in the hospital, things that are big, or like mine, you took over a video for me for one day and everything was fine. Not saying that we're gonna get famous off of it, but I think the punishments add a little bit more than just a daily conversation to it, as well as the challenges. On that note, I'm glad to know that you'll be doing my punishment and Sydney's challenge. I agree that she's a little bit ferocious with hers. Goodness. And I'm sure we're all excited to see you do it. I mean, I am, and I'm pretty sure she is. As a qualifier on the two qualifying things on your punishment from me, it still can't be over 10 minutes. That's your time limit, so you can edit, cut it, whatever you have to do. And it can be one of your videos. It should be one of your videos, I think. So, yeah, on that. Two other things I gotta talk about is D&D. So Sydney's character lost her guard Drake in a battle with a Hydra. They did a quest for Fillion. And the next battle for Dark Roost, they had the mercenary company, Fillion's mercenary company, kind of go and do a stealth operation and take the keep. They went in, killed Duncan really easily. He hit himself, like he not wanted to hit himself for a fuckload of damage. And then Sydney was just kind of throwing herself into the blades, and she was done. She didn't think that her character was bringing enough to the table compared to everyone else, which I don't know if you know that sounds familiar at all. But we stopped for a little bit, had a conversation, like, don't throw your life away, don't do that, because you're really a helpful what the heck is going on with this hairpiece right here? You're really helping the group out in your own way. Like, she was the ranger, she was feeding them out there, she had spells that were very, very, very useful. Many times the group would have died if they didn't have her good berries, for instance. She's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll shape up. The very next round of combat, like, that came to the NPCs they were fighting, they had 3 attacks. First one knocked her down, the second 2, 4 death saving throws she couldn't pass, so she died anyway, which was kind of weird. So now she's going to be taking control of Dugnito, their little rescued kobold turned rogue for them. So we'll see how that goes. And they still don't know how the rest of the Dark Roost thing happened, went. As soon as it ended, we kind of stopped there. So as soon as that combat ended, the other thing I gotta tell you is it's kind of funny. My mom forgot to pay the water bill, the utility water bill. So she showered and everything like that because the water heater holds so much water. And then Nick and I got up, and Nick was getting ready to go take a shower, and no water, like a very small trickle of water. And he's like, I don't know if it's the water pressure or what. And I was like, it might be something leaks, or it might be the bill. And it was the bill. It was supposed to be due yesterday, and they cut it off immediately the next day. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah. So the water's now back on. We're all safe, and that's why I just look freshly showered, though it's later, which is why I waited so long. But yeah, so do believe we should do punishment still, and the way we have the videos formatted, I think, is perfect. Your qualifications on yours. Challenge, whenever you can get paid and do your challenge. I think it's 2 weeks out, so for both. Yeah, that's all I got. See you tomorrow.